Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a walkthrough of the material I'm covering in class. It's an adaptation to Richard Smith's Platformer. I believe there's a 6 or 8 part series to that. So thank you very much to him for the code and the walkthrough. So in this tutorial, I'm going to go through 2 steps. The first, I have code on my D2L that allows a character to walk on platforms. Okay, so to access that, I'm going to go to Window, find my Actions panel, open it up. I'm on frame 1. So next I'm going to go to D2L, log into my class, comsci. I'm going to find the code that says starting platformer code. So I can copy all of it, up to the end of the entry. Control C, change screens, go into my actions panel, and paste. Now I see that I have a lot of Mario, and I'm also using platforms. So as long as I label Mario and platforms accordingly, this guy's called Mario, and here I have platforms. So I just labeled my instances correctly. My platforms, because I'm using hit test point, I have multiple pieces within them, including a tween. All right. So if I've pasted everything correctly, I should be able to just simply run my game, click on my screen one time. So I've activated my keys, and I can move around. My tween works, but because it's part of my platform, I can here we go. I can keep moving with it. Now my key and my door do not currently work, so we're going to walk through that piece of code as well. All right, so within my code, I have different functions. I have the key up, the key down, and then I have my main loop. My main loop is an enter frame event, so as long as my cursor or my playhead is still within that same frame, I should be good to go. So the first thing I need to do is put in a stop command at the very top, bracket, bracket, semicolon. This stops from moving forward. Okay, and I'll need that for my second frame. So I'm going to put any change I have in here. When I change back to my D2L frame, I'm going to add this guy right here, the key boolean and an exit. So put in, I've placed a bunch of extra comments up top to help you out. Okay, but you have to make sure that you put it within the function main loop because that's the enter frame event. Okay, so I am going to select these guys. Let's go from the bottom up. Now you'll notice there's also a little piece of code that I've missed. There's a piece of code right up here. var has level 1 key as a boolean. I'm going to add that in just a moment. Okay, now this is where a lot of students make the mistake. They place their code after all of it, and then they have it run. Now this is a big mistake. By having it after my last curly brace, it's not within any kind of body. So as soon as my code runs, it runs through it one time, it doesn't evaluate because nothing in there is actually true, and it never goes back there. So what I need to do is find where I can put it within my loop that's not inside of another body. So this guy corresponds to this if, this guy responds to this for, and then this responds to the end of my code. So I'm going to make a space, take all these guys, cut it, and paste it, and then I'm just going to format it to make it look all nice and pretty like it belongs. All right, so now I have the key 1, I have level 1 key, and I'm tracing if I have my key or not, but I don't have any variable because there's one more piece of the puzzle. Create a boolean for whether or not you have the key. That's this guy right here. I'm going to copy it. Now you cannot have this piece of code within a function. Otherwise, anything outside the function wanting to read it is not going to be able to. So I'll paste it there. Okay. And now if I run it, I have some errors. Let's check out my errors. It says property key 1 and level 1 exit. Undefined property. So that just means I have to label things. Key 1, level 1 exit. Okay, let's go out here. So I need to label key 1 and level 1 exit. So this guy is level 1 key, and this guy is exit level 1. Okay, so I have them as different names. That's fine. So level 1 key and exit level 1. I can go back into my actions, find my compiler errors, line 67. Okay. Line 67, I want to say level 1 key. So copy this guy, find line 67. Now, the only reason I'm having to change this is because I teach multiple classes and I use different names for different classes because it's on the fly. So, exit level 1, copy that guy. Can I find exit level 1? Exit level 1. Paste. So now when I run it, control enter. What else do I have here? K level 1 key. Okay, line 67. I typed an extra key. There we go. Okay, so my gravity is working. If I click and I move, I cannot exit because I don't have the key. But if I collect my key, it worked. The fact that I'm stuck in the top left corner means that it did register. So now that I know that it registered because of my output says has key, I'm going to change my has key to something else. So I'm going to take off trace has key and I'm going to say level 1 key dot x equals 2000. I'm just putting it off screen. That's all I'm doing. Okay, and I'm going to, and I'm stopping on frame 2. And now I need to have a frame 2, timeline, frame 2, F6. I'm going to go into my code, F9, stop command, delete. And now that I'm on frame 2, I need to do a few tweaks. I'm going to take this guy off and go delete, take him off, delete, take him off, delete. So now when I get to a blank screen, I know that I've successfully gotten to frame 2. My key should disappear. Fantastic. Okay, so now that I'm on level 2, now the fun begins. I'm going to make a new video, so I'll see you guys in the next one.